Joining us now, New York Post columnist and author Miranda Devine. Miranda, we love having you on. Thank you so much for being with us. What is so disturbing about this is Democrats were so entitled they thought this was okay and lied to America.
Yeah, thanks, Liz. Look, it is really disturbing, and I think that Speaker Gingrich is right, that there have to be some sort of consequences for the people around Joe Biden, including his wife, Jill Biden, who is fingered in some of these books that are coming out, these sort of fessing up about Joe Biden's cognitive problems. She's seen as being 1,000% behind his running for re-election because she liked the accoutrements. They all did. You know, the House, the White House, the plane, Air Force One, and the helicopter, Marine One. They weren't going to give those up for anybody. It was about them. And look, this isn't just a simple matter of, you know, letting Granddad keep his car keys because the Democrats were being compassionate to Joe Biden. This was the Commander-in-Chief who had brought us into 2 wars, one of which in Ukraine, we find out from the New York Times in a new report, the Biden administration thought that there was a risk of 50% that Russia would use its nukes. So we had an addled commander-in-chief potentially bringing us into World War III, and nobody seemed to really be at the wheel because, as we've heard, he had good days and he had bad days. As we saw ourselves, sometimes Joe Biden would seem completely out of it, wandering around on stage, not vibrant.
And meanwhile,
really
and then we had 2 wars. I mean, let's go through it. 2 books reveal how bad it was. That Biden's handlers had to use bright fluorescent tape on the floor inside of Governor Phil Murphy's house in New Jersey to keep Biden from wandering off. He even needed a teleprompter at that small house gathering. Also, that Chief of Staff Ron Klain feared Biden thought he was president of NATO instead of the United States. And at one point, Biden did not recognize Democrat Eric Swalwell. Swalwell had to remind Biden who he was. They even had a makeup artist on hand to cover up how deteriorated his physical appearance had become.
Look, it's farcical, honestly. You look at that and you think, how we lived through that, we saw it, and yet what's so despicable is the people on the inside, the Eric Swalwells and the rest of them, who were aware of this and basically lied and told us, for instance, at the New York Times when we had a front-page story titled Meanderer-in-Chief after Joe Biden had gone wandering off from a photo shoot in Italy. And we were accused of peddling cheap fakes. That was from the White House podium, but also from other media. They all lied, they all conspired, and I wish there was some way of bringing them to account. I'm not sure there ever will be.
Well, we're doing it. We're talking to you, Miranda. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate your insights there. It's good to see you. Come back soon. Now, please listen to this.